Portugal tem no oceano uma porta para o mundo. Com uma linha de costa de 2.586 km, o país detém quase metade das águas marinhas da União Europeia e uma das maiores zonas económicas exclusivas do planeta. Com o processo de extensão da plataforma continental a decorrer junto das Nações Unidas, estamos a caminho dos 4 milhões de quilómetros quadrados de oceano. Já alguma vez pensou como surgem as políticas para tanto mar? Essa é a missão da Direção-Geral de Política do Mar, o organismo do Ministério do Mar que promove e acompanha a política, a economia, o financiamento e a literacia do oceano. A DGPM elabora e implementa a visão da Estratégia Nacional para o Mar em articulação com a Comissão Interministerial para os Assuntos do Mar, um organismo que junta todos os ministérios envolvidos nesta matéria. Tem ainda um papel importante na estratégia do ordenamento do espaço marítimo. Lá fora, participa em ações de cooperação internacional em estreita articulação com o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros e procura influenciar a política marítima integrada da União Europeia, que junta os diferentes setores ligados ao oceano, salvaguardando os interesses nacionais. O mar tem hoje um enorme destaque nas contas portuguesas. A conta satélite do mar é um instrumento pioneiro que reúne todos os dados estatísticos do setor e nos permite saber quanto vale o mar para o país. Os números falam por si. O setor do mar tem crescido o dobro da economia nacional nos últimos anos. Através da gestão de vários programas, fundos estruturais, projetos e outros apoios, a DGPM dinamiza a economia azul e promove o empreendedorismo e a inovação no mar em Portugal. A Direção-Geral tem ainda a missão de despertar a consciência de todos para a importância do mar, incluindo as novas gerações. Através do programa Escola Azul, a mensagem chega a centenas de escolas, milhares de alunos e já atravessou fronteiras. O futuro do oceano começa aqui. DGPM. Dar rumo ao nosso mar.
The project Presses Aqua, funded by EAE grants, focus in precision aquaculture based on real-time and forecast water data. Precision aquaculture is the process of improving the aquaculture farming through the use of emerging technologies in order to maximize operations, helping in decision-making, reduce labor, and monitor fish. Traditional water monitoring technology requires a high human intervention regarding sensor operations and maintenance, which normally leads to low quality of datasets. Aquaculture farmers still face many challenges, from labor costs to losing stock to diseases and water contamination. To overcome these challenges, aquaculture farmers have begun to make operational decisions based on water quality data and dynamics. However, at the present, aquaculture producers still face challenges making informed management decisions. During Presses Aqua, we will develop a new service model to help fish farmers to monitor and predict water quality changes without dealing with sensor maintenance. The in-situ data will be collected by installing a device inside a ferry, enabling real-time water data collection where the vessel goes. The first step in Presses Aqua is the undersea ferry box adaptation to the data collection requirements from aquaculture farms. The data quality will be ensured by the Norwegian Institute of Water Research. In the end of the project, the Presses Aqua team will pilot, during 6 months, its breakthrough monitoring service by installing the ferry box device in a ferry near an aquaculture farm, collecting critical information from incoming waters and provide 3 days forecasts of several water perimeters. The forecast model benefits from the experience of Técnico de Lisboa, IST, and will be validated by the Norwegian Institute of Water Research, NIVA. The aquaculture farm will be able to manage feeding effectively by access real-time and forecast data.
So Ernesto São Simão was founded in 1947 by my grandfather. It's a family company, and I'm currently the third generation in the company. We are dedicated to the production of molds, engineering, and plastic injection. Recently, in the past 2 years, we developed a relationship with a customer in France dedicated to aquaculture, and from all the equipment that this customer was buying from other suppliers, we understood that there was a market opportunity to develop new and innovative products for aquaculture, more specifically to oyster cultivation.
With a contribution from grants, and I want to thank you, Norway, Iceland and Liechtenstein, for the contribution they are giving to this opportunity.
So the idea of the Ergomarine project is to bring better products for people involved in aquaculture, and first, and it's self-explanatory in the name, it's ergonomic materials that allow the people involved in this sort of work to use less effort and to be more easy to perform their tasks. So one of the main things about this project is scientifically led. We will partner with a scientific institution in order to guarantee that all the solutions that we put on our oceans, and we are speaking about plastic solutions, first are the ones that perform better in terms of oyster cultivation. Second, that do not create any sustainability challenge to the ocean and to the people involved in these activities. And third, that they can increase the rate of production of oysters, and by doing so, also increase the profitability of the people involved in this sort of professional activity. We will develop all the products in-house with our engineering, as far as we have a full capacity in terms of value chain from design until the production. And we will keep partnering with a lot of entities in order to develop the best products for the market.
We are developing plastic cages compared to what happens in Australia and the United States and Spain and other countries, but with trying to optimize the ergonomic characters and higher productivity, aiming towards the sea.
Anyone that enjoys eating shellfish recognizes that about 70% of its weight is an edible shell. This shell usually ends up in a landfill or is burned with undifferentiated waste for energy production, contributing to CO2 pollution. In Madeira Island, we estimate about 100 tons of waste is generated from limpets alone. This shell is valuable, as several minerals can be extracted from it. Chitin and chitosan, which are biopolymers, are being researched to replace plastics in agro-food sector and further applications in biomedicine. Calcite has applications from agriculture to civil engineering. What we propose is to extend the existing value chains in the agro-food sector, from farm to fork to waste collection and processing. The CELS project will develop the system to make it viable to collect the gastronomy waste of seashells to convert to new materials. This circular economy concept has the potential to bring about a disruptive new method of bringing materials to different industries. The bottleneck of chitin use is really the availability of the material. As the market is expected to grow to €2,000 million per year by 2027, it will require about 70,000 tons of chitin. With our project, we can create a system to multiply and scale up collection and production of novel materials, distributed across many geographical areas. Making use of the intense tourism and gastronomy consumption of shellfish along coastal communities, they can become new producers with a global impact. This way, we contribute to UN Sustainable Development Goals 12. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns, and 14. Conserve and sustainable use the oceans, sea and marine resources for sustainable development. Also, by not burning this waste, we contribute to the CO2 reduction necessary to fight global warming. Join us in making this a reality, and in expanding existing value chains and creating disruptive new biodegradable products from existing waste. Project supported by EEA grants.
Sparus presents the project Halibut to develop novel microfeeds for early development stages of Atlantic halibut, Senegalese sole, and turbot. This project is funded by EEA Grants Program and in partnership with the Portuguese company Aquinova. The increasing global demand for nutritious fish products can only be met through intensification of aquaculture production. Diversifying the portfolio of commercial valued fish species is a key factor to sustainably increase aquaculture production in Europe. As such, aquaculture of flatfish species, including Atlantic halibut, Senegalese sole, and turbot, has scope to be further developed due to the high market value of these fish species and excellent consumer acceptance. However, several production challenges still need to be addressed, starting at the fish hatcheries. These challenges relate to mortalities at early larval stages, associated with a difficult transition from live feeds to inert feeds. This imbalance can lead to increased susceptibility to disease and consequent low availability of good quality juveniles. Therefore, Halibut project aims at developing feeding regimes based on premium microdiets with high nutritional specificity to increase survival and robustness of flatfish larvae and juveniles. The project's consortium gathers both R&D experience and commercial expertise from Portuguese enterprises. Sparus offers the alliance of a strong scientific background in the area of fish nutrition with a flexible pilot-scale feed technology platform. Aquinova offers expertise in turbot and Senegalese sole aquaculture from hatchery to on-growing stages. Additionally, the Norwegian producer Sterling White Halibut will be subcontracted to lead the activities involving Atlantic halibut. Halibut, novel microfeeds for sustainable aquaculture development.
The Sole Kelp project takes advantage of the existing knowledge of the two leading and pioneer seaweed farmers in Europe, Seaweed Solutions, a kelp farmer in Norway, and us, specialized in the tank cultivation of red and dune species. Together, we want to increase the supply of EU-farmed kelp and the red seaweed dulse, or as we say in Norwegian, sole, and that's why we called our project Sole Kelp. We also count on the support of 2 R&D Portuguese centers and 1 technology-based company. The project has 3 main axes of development, and they all bring new business opportunities for the companies involved. The first will be the refurbishment of our existing hatchery in order that we can have the conditions to accommodate the production of kelp seedlings that will assure the constant supply to the grow-out phase at sea, as well as to promote the development of new R&D projects using kelp. The second line will be the grow-out phase trials planned by Seaweed Solutions that my colleague Frank will present later. And lastly, we will also have the cultivation of palmaria in tanks happening both in Norway and in Portugal.
While the cultivation of brown seaweeds or kelps is already a huge economic activity in Asia with species like kombu and wakame, in Europe we are only now starting to understand the commercial value of these species, and activities start mainly in Northern Europe, especially in Norway, where there exist excellent conditions to start this. However, space will probably run out at some stage, just as it has for other aquaculture species. And Portugal is a very, very good place to envision large-scale farms in the offshore. But there are technical challenges, serious technical challenges related to the full exposure to the ocean forces. So the Searle Cape project includes 2 areas for scoping trials with local species in order to evaluate the future potential and the potential challenges of aquaculture of this high-value, low-trophic species.
The second cultivation activity of the project will be to farm our red seaweed dulls in Norwegian Sol. So here at Alga Plus, we've been farming dulls since 2013, different varieties, but we can only do it during our colder months from October normally up to April. The objective of the project will be to test our production technology in Norway in the infrastructures of Seaweed solution and thus be able to supply the EU market with a year-round supply of high-quality farming of this special biomass.
O desafio na valorização do peixe da aquacultura portuguesa passa por uma aposta em espécies como a dourada e o robalo. E porquê estas 2 espécies? Porque são espécies que aprendemos a desenvolver com qualidade e temos condições naturais para que possamos produzir mais quantidade. Este produto compete no mercado nacional com a dourada e o robalo importadas da Grécia e da Turquia, que apesar de serem da mesma espécie, é um produto de qualidade inferior e que muito tem contribuído para alimentar um estigma no consumidor relativamente à qualidade geral do produto da aquacultura. Eu acredito que apostar na valorização da dourada e no robalo português é um contributo decisivo para criar um clima de confiança no consumidor relativamente ao produto da aquicultura. E a pergunta que eu gostaria de deixar é a seguinte: qual o caminho que temos que percorrer para termos rações mais sustentáveis para a criação em aquacultura?
Think about the last time you bought a product that originates in the ocean. If you look at the packaging, certified origin, environmental certification, safety regulations, labor practices, just plain marketing, the labels add up. The result is that large-scale consumer surveys say that these labels sow distrust, and that this is one of the key factors holding back growth for the sustainable product industry. With Smart Blue Chain, we decided to tackle this problem head-on. How would we bring transparency, traceability, consumer trust, and business value to a market that's sinking under the weight of slim margins and increase public pressure to improve its behavior, as protecting our oceans becomes ever more important? So, we took GreenPact, our sustainable supply chain as a service platform, and decided to put it to good use. Through the Smart Blue Chain projects, we help the blue economy grow and change from the inside. The project focuses on the certification of products from the blue economy, with the goal of developing an innovative certification process through the creation of an open and decentralized market for transparent and understandable certification of sustainable products. Businesses can easily plug in their systems, their documents, and any newly built sensors, and with the help of our proprietary AI, we help them rate their processes and improve their business sustainably with end-to-end visibility on their operations. All of this happens atop our blockchain-based evidence record, where information stays private to stakeholder organizations and where independent certifiers validate your climate-focused changes on the go, improving your rating the moment you make changes. Through the Smart Blue Chain projects and atop the GreenPact platform, Zenith Wings is democratizing trust in products that originate in the sea, creating trusted marketplaces that put real sustainability first and bring higher value products to consumers' hands, protecting our oceans, our ecosystems, our environments, and our economies. This innovative project has become a reality thanks to the support of the EEA grants. EEA grants are a funding program established by Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway that work together in the internal market with member states of the European Union to foster a green, competitive, and inclusive Europe. EEA grants aim to reduce social and economic disparities in Europe and strengthen bilateral relationships between these 3 countries and beneficiary countries. This program is supported by Ministério do Mar and the national entity Direção-Geral do Mar.
a startup focused on sustainable aquaculture. Located inside the port of Peniche, the largest seafood hub in Portugal. By combining state-of-the-art technology with the most recent scientific developments, along with pioneering research to improve our practices, which aim to minimize microplastic contamination in onshore aquaculture, we provide the best environment for our fish. Our multidisciplinary team ensures the system is always performing to its optimal settings. And every detail matters, no matter how small or how complex they can be. This level of control promotes animal welfare and allows us to work within a faster, better, and in a contaminant-free environment, without using any chemicals or antibiotics. So you can enjoy a sustainable and biosecure product. Por vinho, paciente.
Good day to you all, and thank you for attending this presentation. We are Omnidea, an aerospace technology development company. Today, we bring you the Ocean Vision project, funded by the EEA grants under the Blue Growth Program. Thank you to the DGPM for this opportunity to present our project, and mainly for enabling us to develop it. This project will surely contribute to further develop the bilateral relationships between Portugal and the donor countries, not only on the entrepreneurial side, but also on the research aspect, by establishing bridges between cutting-edge institutes on both sides. We are a Portuguese SME conglomerate with subsidiary companies in Germany, UK, Greece, and the Azores. We are specialized on small-scale propulsion for satellite maneuvering, large-scale propulsion for micro-launchers and experimental vehicles, stationary Earth observation platforms that are cost-effective, proven and reliable, and on which we hold some patents, as well as advanced manufacturing techniques for satellite tanks, among others. The Ocean Vision project is a consortium between CEA, a renowned Portuguese research center focused on engineering excellence on areas ranging from health to space, NORSE, a forward-looking research institute from Norway with a deep focus on environmental issues, and Omnidea AS, a Norwegian startup specialized on civil engineering for maritime environments. The primary objective of this project is to further develop an aerial platform for offshore fish farm and port monitoring. Using Omnidea's extensive experience on stationary aerial platforms, we aim to develop an effective monitoring tool that can support modern offshore fish farms and its goals. 1. Improve accuracy, precision, and repeatability in farming operations and port traffic control. 2. Facilitate more autonomous and continuous biomass and animal monitoring. 3. Provide more reliable decision support. 4. Reduce dependencies on manual labor and subjective assessments, and thus improving staff safety. The Ocean Vision project was recently started and will surely live up to the objectives defined, contributing to a better, safer and bluer planet. Please feel free to contact us for further information regarding this project. Thank you so very much for your time.
Hi, I'm Nuno Gomes, CEO of Volumeter. I'm here to present the Green Dune project. Green Dune is a new photobioreactor used to produce microalgae, to treat wastewater, to reuse water in a logic of circular economy, and to capture industrial CO2. It was developed by Volumeter and now will be improved with new design and new technology. We will produce 1 mold and 3 pilots. Our partners are aquaculture, Algarve University, Necton and Norse. It solves water and leachate treatment problems and CO2 emissions, helping to close the water cycle and mitigate climate change. It's better than traditional solutions because it's natural, don't use chemicals and has a faster ROI. So the value propositions are 100% natural, modularity, increased ROI, circular economy, unique in the world. The development started 15 years ago and the first photobioreactors were tubular, but we realized that were not fitted for industrial scaling. So in 2017 we developed the first Green Dune photobioreactor and submitted the alga mater project to SME instrument. But it wasn't made with folded acrylic. So the actual Green Dune project will develop the photobioreactor for industrial scale-up. And the new photobioreactor will be integrated into alga mater project as well. In the future, it will be applied worldwide. The Green Treat project tested successfully the former Green Dune photobioreactor in the Quinta do Lago wastewater treatment plant in Algarve. But we confirmed that the photobioreactor was not ready for commercialization. So we developed a new design to produce it industrially. The new Green Dune photobioreactor will be industrially produced with plastic injection in a mold. We can produce more than 100 photobioreactors per day instead of 5. It will be produced in 2 pieces that can be stacked for better transportation and can be assembled in place. The aquaculture pilot will treat a closed system fish tank. The installation will be modular and portable. The Necton pilot will serve for microalgae culture tests. Several microalgae species productivity will be tested. The Norse pilot is similar to the Necton pilot but will be used for bioremediation and CO2 capture. The value chain starts with the technology development and we need manufacturing partners. Then the pilots will be installed. After testing, we'll start commercialization. Many companies believe in us. As you can see, we are a very focused team. Thank you very much.